In this video, I'm going to go over Word Module 3, SAM Project 1A, which I believe is pretty straightforward, and you should hopefully all do very, very well on this. So I have the file opened up, and it wants me to change it from a 1 to a 2. So I will just click on this here, since I've already done it, and choose to replace in here. You can see I decided to rename the other to a copy, so I always have the one that originally did. And now we're good. So we are done with that part. And project steps: as an event coordinator at Advantia Biotech, you're drafting a cover letter and information sheet about an upcoming biotechnology conference for your manager. Insert the missing letterhead from as follows. So we just need to really copy and paste it. So I believe I have it already ready to go. So let me go into the project, and here is the letterhead. So all you need to do is click here and right click and choose copy. Then you really don't need this anymore. I'm going to go back into the other document here. Now it tells us to paste it, preserving the source formatting. So it's best not to just click on paste. Let's go and click on here and choose, notices use destination theme, and here you keep source formatting. So we'll choose that one, and basically going to be the same thing, more than likely. Now in the blank paragraph, we want to put the current date using the May 5th, 2021 format. Don't confuse that with just using May 5th, 2021. So we're going to insert date and time. And here are the formats. Now this is just showing the current date. So this would be the May 5th, 2021. And I'm going to click on OK. Notice I'm not clicking on update automatically. So that takes care of this. On page 2, format the picture to the logo to correct its placement. So that's not the actual instruction, that's just the heading. So I'm going to click on it here, and then we want to rotate it left 90 degrees so the text is horizontal. So of course we go to picture format, we're going to go to rotate, and we're going to rotate it left. Now I have not clicked on it yet, but this is a preview of what it's going to look like. So that takes care of this, and we're going to change the position to top right with square text wrapping. So we go to position, and we want position in top left with square text wrapping. So that looks good here. That was number 3. Number 4, we're going to use the format painter to copy the formatting 7th annual conference to hosted by Biotech. So let me copy the 7th annual conference. Click on Format Painter, and let's see, once hosted by Biotech. And actually, I knew there was something I did wrong. It wanted position in top right. So let me go and replace what I did wrong. So top right, there we go. So now that would have been picked up when you look at what it's supposed to look like. So again, we're going to use the symbol to insert a bullet on the May 10th to 12th. So we need to find that, which is right here. And let's see what it wants, where it wants us to go. Use the format. We've done the format. Select the text, insert bullet in the paragraph. May 10th to 21st, 21. I just need to find that. And here it is right here. So I'm going to manually select the insert bullet. Then I'm going to go to insert symbol. Now notice this time I have the 183 already there. So I'm just going to choose that one. If it's not there for you, click on more symbols. Make sure that you change the text over here to symbol. And you'll see that down here it now changes the symbol, and then you can then type in the 183. Click on it here and click on Insert, click on Close, and we have the dot that we needed. That was number 5. Number 6 is change the font size of the paragraph conference highlights. It wants it to be 16 point. Let's see where we're at. Number 7, clear the formatting from the paragraph innovations in biotechnology. So we want to do the whole paragraph, not just the innovations, to remove distracting formats. So I'm going to click here, make sure you're in Home, and here is Remove Formats, which is basically clear everything. Format the picture of the conference attendees. And it wants us 40 brightness and 20 contrast. So we go to Format, we go to Corrections, and then we're going to find plus 40 and plus 20. Then we're going to add a alt to it. So here's our alt text, and we need to have people attending the 2020 conference. And okay, just making sure that I had the recording on because it's not showing in the bottom of my screen. So we're good here. And I'm going to just double check one more time. So we're good. Okay. So now I want to find, we did the 2020 conference in here. Let's just double check. And it's there. That's good. Let me close this. So we are now on number 9 on page 3. Add a smart art as follows in the conference to head to the 4 tracks of the program. So we want to do a basic matrix. So on page 3, on the blank paragraph after conference programs. So here's conference programs. We're going to insert a smart art. Now because it tells us matrix, we're just going to go right to matrix. And here is a basic matrix. And click on OK. Then it tells us in the upper left shape. Now make sure you type the 1 and testing, not just testing. So you're going to type 1, hit the Enter key, and then testing. Notice that the text resizes to fit. Then we're going to hit 2 and Enter, and we want material. Then we're going to type 3 and medical. And 4 and energy. So this looks good. That is number 9. Format the smart art to change the gradient range to gradient range accent 1. So we want to click on Format. And let's click on the shape styles and see what we have here. And we want gradient range 1 in here. So let's see what we have here. So let me see what we're doing. Oh, we're changing the colors. I'm sorry, I read it wrong. I need to start reading a little better. So here's change colors. And we want it to be gradient 1, accent 1. So let's see what we need. Dark fill, colorful range, gradient, range, accent 1. Perfect. One thing I do sometimes when I'm making these videos, so please forgive me for that, is I just look at something and try to do it by memory, and I need to actually start reading the instructions in there to make sure I'm doing it the right one. Change the smart art style to subtle effect in here. So here's the styles. So we wanted to go to subtle, which I believe is this one here. That looks good. Number 11, set a tab stop with 6 inches right align and dot leader 2 for days 1 and 2 on May 10th and 11th. So let's go into paragraphs and tabs, and then we're going to put a 6-inch right align and with dot leaders 2. I'm going to click on set and to match the formatting. So let's click on OK and see what happens. So that looks good. Complete the table for days 1 and 2. So we need to insert a row at the end by hitting the tab key, and it wants us to type in energy research 4. Hitting the tab key and putting in 4. And then we want to apply grid table 4 accent style in here. So I'm going to select a table just to be on the safe side. And we're going to go to table design. And what we need to do is find grid. So here's our grid. Table 4 accent 1. So this is table 1. So this should be table 2. And let's go down here and see this is grid table 4. And let's see where accent 1 is. That's accent 5. Grid table 4 accent 1. Which happens to look like the same as the other one. On page 4, which is here, we need to add a border to the heading Dallas attractions, the following. So we want to do a top border here. So I'm going to click on this again. Go to borders and borders and shading. It wants a top border with a line style and a specific color. So let's go and click the line style here. And let's go and change the color to turquoise 1. So I believe this is turquoise 1, accent 125. So that should be there. 1.5 inch. And then we want only the top. So you can try clicking here, which is a lot easier than trying to look and see what these are. And take a look and you can see what it's going to look like. Click on OK. And now we have it in there. So that takes care of this. Change the line style to dash. We've done all that step. Format the Dallas picture to Dallas attraction so it makes the picture in here. So basically we're going to flip the picture horizontally. So let's click on this, go to rotate, and we're going to flip horizontally. So that looks good. We want to change the text wrapping to type, which is type should be right here. And we want to recolor the picture to use turquoise accent color light 1. So we'll go to color and recolor, and I believe it's this one. Turquoise accent 1 color light. In a blank paragraph below Dallas attractions, insert a table. So let's find Dallas attractions. Here is the blank one. We're going to do a 2 column and 4 rows. So we're going to insert table, 2 columns, 4 rows. And we're going to put in the text that it shows. Hopefully I spell right. Now, I recommend if you're submitting something to a professor that you capitalize the M and the R to make it look consistent. Well, I'm not going to do that because they don't tell us to. But when you're actually submitting something to turn into a professor, it probably would look a little bit nicer. Format submit abstracts for more information. So this is right over here. It wants us to change the shape style to moderate effect, red accent 1. So I'm going to click on this here. And I'm going to go to shape format. Here's the shape styles. And we want moderate effect, red accent 6. So we're just going to have to keep going down in here till we find moderate effect. And this one's here. So I may have gone to the wrong spot. So let me undo, see what it says. So the resize object in here. So let me undo this resize object. And let's click on this again here. All right, so we think we have, there we go, finally. All right, so let's try this again. And moderate effect, red accent 6. Apply the type reflection touching. So it's basically going to be the same as this. So here's our shape effect. And then we want in the reflection. And let's find type reflection typing. So that looks nice there. Insert a shape as follows. Insert a rectangle with rounded quarters to the right of submit abstracts, which is right here. So we're going to go to insert and we're going to go to shapes, and here is rounded rectangle, and it wants us to resize it. So we just make it like this. So we're going to resize it to 0.6 and 1.1. Make sure this is not locked. So we have 0.6 and 1.1. That looks good. Position the shape using an absolute position of 2.9 to the right and a vertical. So again, we need to go to position. And we need more layout options. And the position is horizontal is 2.9 to the right of the column, and the vertical is going to be 0.03. Below the paragraph, click on OK, and that should line everything up. That looks good. Use the format painter to apply the formatting of registration to the new brochure. So I'm going to click on it here. Doesn't seem to want to select, but I'll get it. There we go. Make sure that you see these handles here. So let's go to Format Painter, and now we're good here. And then it wants us to, let's see, type in, apply the registration to the formatting of the registration shape. So I did not see where it said to put registration in and type it. Let's see what it wants us in here. So we're going to change that to brochure. Add brochure to the text. So I'm just going to type in brochure. And don't worry about the fact that this is the registration is lower than this. Then we need to check the spelling and grammar. I'm just going to hit F7. That's a shortcut. So it tells us 3 selections and 1 grammar. So here we don't want to change that. So I'm going to click on ignore all. And biotechnology is spelled wrong. So we're going to click on that. Let's see what grammar it doesn't like. I'm not going to worry about that in there. So that we don't really need to worry about. So I'm going to ignore this. And I'm done. I'm going to save it. And that is everything. So I hope that that was helpful for you.